By this time, cry USA. Why? Oh, hello. My name is Carla Boss. The only boss. With one S. People, when you see me like that, it's all about good news. Why? Because Send is making life so easy and convenient for everybody. So, are you ready for the good news? Hello, come and tell us. Okay, thank you. So, Send brings to you the double referral bonus, which runs from now to the end of October. Now, all you need to do is to tell your friends, your family, your loved ones who live in the USA to use your referral code when sending money with Send. And they get an instant $10 free. Wait, and you that you are using your referral code, you are going to get double your referral bonus. Initially, if you're in the Europe, you're supposed to get what, €5 for your referral bonus, but now it's a double promotion, so you're going to get €10 instantly. In Canada, it's also double, so that means 10 Canadian dollars. And if you're in the UK, as usual, you're supposed to get what, £5 for your referral bonus, but now it's double. So you're going to get what, £10 just for you. Let the people in the USA know what's going on with Send. Let them use your referral code and they are going to get money, and you're also going to get money. Oh, but get to know that this promotion is only targeted for USA. So meaning, if you refer someone who lives outside USA, you won't receive any bonus. But also, if you are living in the USA, you can also participate in this promo by referring people within USA to use your referral code, which you can find on the app right here. With Send double referral bonus promo. It's a win-win affair. Download Send now on Google Play and App Store. Send. It's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. If you just chance on our channel, this is the voice of the community. My name is DJ Nyame. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all social media, and this is SBTV Africa. Today I'm about to have a chat with one gentleman, Charlie, fine gentleman. This vibe, if you brothers Bible, English go day inside and PG go day inside, but local language no day inside. Because he be well educated. Me my 2x4 technical English. You know, we will still go manager. So I'm about to have a chat with one guy. He's called Patrick. He's into, he will tell us. Patrick, I welcome you live on SBTV.
Oh, Charlie, thank you for having me. Oh, everything there inside.
Nice one. You know, they see you for social media, you talk about money issue, how to save, how to do this, how to manage and all that. Today, let's get to know you. What's your real name?
Okay, so my real name is Patrick Babankwa.
Okay.
Patrick Babankwa.
But
I'm into financial literacy. I've been in banking for like almost 8 years now. But I left the banking sector about 2 years ago. So now I'm with a company that educates and teaches bankers. So that's what I do now.
Okay, so why did you leave the bank?
I mean, being in the bank for like 8 years, what I wanted to get out of the bank in terms of experience, exposure, I got it. So at some point in time, if you are very ambitious, you get to a point you don't really get the energy that you want from the job. And for me, if I'm working at a place and I don't get the energy, I won't stay. So it's not only about the money, but it's about the energy and passion that you expect.
Talk about energy. Is it like
so there are people that are comfortable doing a particular thing for a very long time.
Okay.
Some of us, when you do it for a while, we want to try something new. So that's what I mean by energy.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you went to school purposely to study banking, or what was your course?
Okay, so my academic career is a bit diverse.
Okay.
So I did sociology at the first degree level, University of Ghana. But whilst I was on campus, I studied professional banking program, that Chartered Institute of Bankers. So when I completed university, a year after, I became a chartered banker. Then I got the opportunity to enter into the banking space. So whilst in banking space, I did my master's in MBA, and I've also done a program in global financial analyst program. So that's by way of education. So I didn't really study banking or accounting in the university, no. But it's something I did as a professional course based on my passion. See, when I was young, whenever we find ourselves with your friends playing, one of the jobs that I always said was that I wanted to become a branch manager of a bank. So that passion was there. And luckily for me, by the grace of God, when I entered the banking space, I left as a branch manager.
Okay.
So for me, I thought that I've gotten exactly what I wanted. So I had to now be ambitious with other things.
But this banking job, Ankasana,
Is
it paying? Like people finish school and then they say, "Oh, I want to work with the bank. I want to work with the bank."
You see, when you take off the government agencies, let's say teachers, police, I think one other area that recruits a lot of people is the banking sector. When you say it pays, yes, it pays. Because I've been in the banking where executive members were earning about 400,000 bonus just 1 year.
400,000 bonus.
Bonus, yes. That's about 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
So it tells you that people are earning. There are people, you see, banking is a ladder. Once you enter, there's a base for you. But the more you work, you meet your target, you grow in the base.
Okay.
Then you get to the level. By the time you get to the level, your salary is
Because
good.
I heard some people, some of the tellers, they say they pay them 700,000, 1,002.
Okay, so
that's what I'm asking you.
the reason why some of them they take that amount is that sometimes they come in as contract staff.
Okay.
So most of them are not permanent staff because some years back, before you become a teller, most of them were through HND and they go through an agency. So the bank pays the agency take their portion and gives some to the staff. So that's why you have most of them around that level. But as they become permanent staff and rise, it increases. I'm not saying that what they are being paid is the best, but at least when you look at the industry we find ourselves, the financial space and even the economy, bankers are one group of people that enjoy a lot of good salaries in Ghana. But I mean, it comes with pressure. That one,
Pressure,
we need to understand that.
You go in the morning, you come home late.
For me,
some people come home around 9, 10 and all that.
For me, the time you go to work and the time you come back home, for me, it's not pressure. Pressure is what happens within that space.
Okay.
The target that you need to meet, because it's a high-paying industry.
Okay.
And we expect that certain people or people at certain departments, for example, the sales team, they are supposed to meet targets. If you're not meeting targets, in some banks you'll be fired, other banks will be demoted. Imagine you're a branch manager, the next moment you're not a branch manager, you are an officer. So that's the kind of pressure that you find yourself in that space. If you don't meet your target, you'll be in serious trouble. If you are meeting your target, they'll give you more. So for example, if beginning of the year you are supposed to meet X target, by June you meet that X target, they will clap for you, but will increase your target to the end of the year. So that's the kind of pressure. It's a space that you are always under pressure. You always have to be doing something, always doing something. But it pays. So once it pays, what's the point?
With all this your experience, will you encourage somebody to just, people go and put their money in the bank and that's I'm saving, rather than going for maybe they'll buy shares, they'll do this, I'll do this. With your experience, what are you saying?
Okay, so you see, when you want to commit your own money, your pocket money, into any venture, there are 4 things I always say you should consider. The first one is what I call security. So what you want to push your money into, is it secured? So here we are talking about risks. There are certain levels of risks that you should not take as a human being. For example, if you stand in the middle of the road, a car is coming, it's risks, you can die. So you don't do that. But if you are crossing the road and you are watching left, you are watching right, it's still risks. But you want to be sure that you are taking the right risks, so you cross. So that's security. So how secured is that investment? Where do you are keeping your money? Is it secured? Then 2 is returns. If you are convinced that the place is secured, then the next thing is that how much are they giving me? That's returns, profit. When you consider the profit among options, so let's say you consider 5 options. So you look at the shares every year. This is how much I'm likely to get is good. Or I want to do fixed deposit, or I want to do something else. You consider them and you select one. The next thing you also have to consider is what we call time horizon. What's the duration of that investment? There are some investments that are longer. So when you put your money in, you expect that you get it at some point in time. There are some investments that are very short. So how long do you want to keep your money in that investment? And that goes with your plan, your personal plan. If you are working and you don't have a plan, financial plan, you will struggle. And that's why you see the person doing short-term investment this month, another month they are going long-term because they don't know what they are doing. There are certain events that you should know how to program them. For example, you are 24 years. You want to get married at age 28. So that's 4 years. It's a plan. So what kind of investment can I do between now and 4 years to be able to prepare myself for marriage? So that goes with what we call time horizon, understanding the times. Then the final thing that you should consider when you want to do an investment is what we call convertibility. Can you easily convert that investment into cash if you are in difficulty? So I have people telling me, don't invest in fixed deposit, don't do treasury bill, don't do this. Build a house, do this. It's good. Building a house is one of the investments that will give you one of the highest returns. But if you commit all your capital investment into a house, and something happens seriously that you need cash to sort it out.
You might sell your house or something.
Even if you want to sell the house, it would take 6 months to sell a house in Ghana. So assuming you need a thing in a month's time, you may end up not get someone to buy the house, or two, even because of the agents, you may sell the house at a loss. So you need to keep your investment in multiple avenues. Whilst you keep some in building your house or renovating your house, some should also be in liquid form. So liquid investment, we are talking of fixed deposit, treasury bills. These are the liquid investments where you can easily go today, get your money back. You won't lose much. So these are the things that you should consider when you want to go and save. But for me, if you want to keep your money at the bank and you have means of growing the money, don't keep it in your savings account. Savings is a transactional account. So it's like I put in money today because I know Friday I'll go for it. That's savings. But if I put the money in today, I know next month I'll add up. It shouldn't be in your savings account. Invest it. Because savings account in Ghana, you don't earn much. Sometimes you can even earn 5% per annum. What it means is that the whole year, if you leave 100 cedis in your account, the whole year, 100 cedis from January 1st to 31st, you are earning just 5 cedis on it. So it means you are not earning anything. But in the same vein, if you even do 91 days, or let's say 1 year, which is 23%, it means you are getting 23 cedis as against 5 cedis if you left it in savings account. So don't leave your money in savings account if you think that should give you more. If you want it to be just something that you'll be using every day, then keep it there. But if you want to invest, make sure you change the savings into investment so that you earn something. And that's why when people don't understand, they'll go to the bank and say, oh, I left my money in the bank. I didn't earn anything. You didn't invest. You left it in the savings account.
So investment is the key.
It's key. So you build your savings and your savings become your investment. Then your investment will begin to grow. Again, what kind of investment are you considering? There are a lot of investments around. If the investment is for you to go on retirement, it's a different investment that you need to do. If you are just investing for, let's say, the 4 years marriage, it's a different investment you need to do. You don't have to mix them because each investment has its own purpose.
Wow. Okay, so let's move fast forward. About financing, about managing, about I work and they pay me 700 cedis. Or they pay me 1,000 Ghana.
Yes, sir.
How do I manage? I want to save. I want to do this. How do I manage?
Okay, so the first thing you should do, there are actually 2 things you should do. When it comes to your money, you have what we call financial discipline and financial empowerment. I will explain all. So let's say you are earning 700,000. It's not enough. You can either empower yourself to increase that amount, which we call financial empowerment, or you can manage that 700 cedis to ensure that you are living within your means. And the first way you can do that 700 cedis within your means is by drawing up a personal budget. You can't say that you are going to, let's say, Kumasi from Accra. You haven't gone to Kumasi before. You don't know where you are going to. You can't say you are going to that place without a compass or without a plan, how to get there. You want to be financially comfortable, but you don't have a plan. You don't have a budget. So money comes in, you think that you should spend everything. Whatever is left is what you think you should save. It doesn't work that way. So I always say that if your salary is small, as much as possible, work to increase it. If you can't work to increase it, then make sure you are living within it. That's what we call discipline. You are disciplining yourself. If you have 1,000 cedis on you today, and you see something that you like, there's the urge to buy that thing. But why won't you buy it? You won't buy it because that money, you have a different need for it, and that's what we call discipline. So if you have a budget is a very simple thing. It just listen out your income and listen out your expenses, how you want to spend that money. It should be clearly stated. It shouldn't be in your mind. Oh, okay, so me, 700 cedis, I think I'll have to do this, I have to do that. It's not written. It's not a budget. Put it on paper. And I always say that even if you decide to save 50 cedis out of the 700 cedis for the next 10 years, you will not regret. And when I say this, people say, oh, but that money is too small. I'm struggling. You are saving for yourself. You're not saving for me. So when I go on my channel, I go on TV, radio, and I'm talking, I'm saying that what I'm teaching you is for yourself. I haven't seen anyone who has said that, okay, Patrick, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you advised me to save. I've gotten 100,000. Please come in. Nobody will do that. It's for you. But when you are doing it, it's difficult. At the time you are doing it, it's very stressful. But if you do it, it's for yourself.
You need discipline.
Yes, you need to discipline yourself to stay within your means. That's the first thing, budget. The second thing is that you need to be able to tame your edges. Things that you want to do, you should tame it. Don't think that if your salary increase, you'll be able to save more or invest more. It doesn't work. I always give the example wherever I go, and it's true. So when I was at the university, I remember we were having a conversation, like guys, we always argue. Sometimes you can even argue up to 3 a.m. We will not eat, just arguing. So we're arguing about people spending so much money on phone back then. And I remember what I said. I said that that was some, let's say 15 years ago or so. I said, if I spend this amount, I think that time it was even 200 cedis on a phone, and I'm a fool. I was clear that I will never spend this money on buying a phone because it's only a foolish person who do that. It's too expensive. Fast forward. Because of the work I do and the things that I do, I can't be with my laptop every day. So I needed a powerful phone that can do everything that the laptop can do at every point in time. I bought the phone, expensive phone. That phone, the amount that I used to buy that phone, actually I was crying, but I had to buy it. Then when I paid that money for the phone, I remember, so why did I even say that thing that I said some years back? Because at that time, my money was small, so I was not thinking. But today, because maybe I can afford this one, I'm doing that. What I'm trying to say here is that don't think that because your salary is small, that's why you're not able to save. When your salary grows, your expenses will also grow. Your taste will go up. If your salary is 10,000 cedis today, your taste for phones will be different as compared to when it was 200 cedis. So if you don't tame yourself and plan that every month, I will do this, I will save this, I will invest this, you cannot do it. So you need to be able to tame and know that at all costs you have to save. And if you are saving, you have to invest. So that's the second thing. The third thing is that don't look at society. Don't look at society. Don't allow society to determine how you live your life financially. No. I remember some years back when I was a branch manager. Sometimes you go to church and people expect you to give certain offering. Do you understand? They expect you to give certain fundraising, to give certain amounts.
Okay.
But nobody knows your pocket. They don't know the commitments you have. They don't know the struggles you are going through. So if you go by that little voice, Charlie Boss, we say so a branch manager, I don't know if you've been count. And you go ahead, do that, you go home and you struggle for your family. So live your life according to how much money you have. Make sure your life is within that amount. Let people know that you are earning 700, and that's why you are living the life you are living.
Why do we want to please society?
You see, we want to feel belonging to a group. You see, like we want people to respect us. Let me say that one. So this particular shirt, this dress. I mean, when you wear it, people respect you. So people like that kind of belonging. There's some grouping that when you meet, everybody will spend to buy certain kind of drink. So if I don't do it, I don't feel belonging. No, that's how some people behave. But for me, I think it's more of lack of self-esteem. When you have self-esteem in yourself and you have a plan with what you are doing, trust me, you will focus on what you are doing. Because I ask myself, if I enjoy today and God grants me long life and tomorrow I suffer, what's the point? I don't want my children to go through some struggles that I went through when I was growing because of some challenges that I face. So I want to build a life which will be better for them. I always say this, which also sometimes sounds funny. I say when you go to a funeral and you see people crying, you have to ask yourself, why are they crying? I'm yet to see a very rich man who has left legacy and the family is so sad during the time of the funeral. No. He has left something for them. But when you go to a family and they are crying so much, they are thinking of what will happen tomorrow.
Money no day.
Money no day. So that's the point, though. So if you're able to build your life well and leave legacy for your children, Trust me.
Those funerals, those rich funerals, they say
they go and hire people to come and cry.
Life well lived.
Yes.
What they will say. Oh, they go and hire people rather to come and cry for them.
Because the cry is not there. Sometimes you even wonder. So you see, so that's the point. If you build your life well, and it's not easy. Let me tell you, it's not easy. You know that there's money in your account, but you are saying that this money is for something else. I'm building for tomorrow. It's not easy. If you don't have discipline, you can't. Sometimes you think, actually, this month I don't have any money on me, but actually you have some money somewhere. That agent, Charlie, go and take it. But you know that you left that money for a reason, for a purpose.
So does it mean when I have a different account or I'm saving purposely for something, I need to close my mind from that account?
Once it's an investment, close your mind. Ask yourself, why did you even start in the first place? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Why did I start this? You started this for maybe your child's education 10 years' time. So why do you want to go and take it now? If you take it now, it means that your child's education is in jeopardy, it's in red. Starts today is important, tomorrow is equally important. So plan for tomorrow. I remember there was a time I did a program and I posted it on social media. Then one lady asked me, so what if you die? So I said, if you do for 10 years. She asked me, well, what if you die? And I was like, So it's the mindset of people only about dying that you think you die, so you won't do things. You and I, we go and we sleep, we close our door. Why do you close our door? Because you have expectation that tomorrow you wake up and go and open it. You go to school because you have an expectation that the school that you are going will give you a job tomorrow. You have all those expectations. But when it comes to keeping your money for you to grow for tomorrow, you are thinking of what if you die? If you die, you have family there. If you begin to say that, okay, if you don't save, if you don't invest, if you don't look after your family and you die, your body will be there. Nobody will look after you. People will begin to change. They want to leave money there so that when they die, they use that money to bury them.
But people say it. I see it on social media. Actually, enjoy. And if you die today, somebody will come and take your money and the other person will insult you.
Financial literacy or discipline doesn't mean you don't enjoy. You see, enjoyment is subjective. What someone will say that, for example, me, once I get home, I have my football with my family. That's enjoyment to me. So you don't have to define people's enjoyment to yours. Within the same 700 cities, if you program yourself well, you will still be enjoying life and still be saving. The 10,000, you can still be enjoying life and still be saving. Enjoyment should be defined by you. Someone's enjoyment is going to church, singing, dancing. That's the enjoyment. So don't allow someone to tell you that this is the kind of enjoyment that you should do. If you don't go and travel to Dubai, you don't do it. No. Don't allow enjoyment to be defined by others. You are in control of your life. What makes you happy is what is important. If sleeping, I know some people who like to sleep, they will sleep. When they wake up, they are fine. That's enjoyment to them. You don't have to go and tell them, why are you sleeping? Why don't you go out and have fun? You don't define someone's happiness. So within your money, you can still enjoy and still be saving and planning for tomorrow. Just to say something before I end. You see, assuming your great-grandfather, your father, they all rented a house. So you grew up staying in compound house. Would you like you and your children to also continue to stay in the compound house? For me, it is wrong. So you have to aspire to do better than what your great-grandfather and grandfather did by putting your finances well. So that's the whole point of financial literacy. Did you understand me?
And this is the problem we have.
Exactly. We don't want to change the dynamics around our life. We should always come in, things are not looking good, or even if it's good, leave and see the place as a better place. If you build your life well, trust me, you can decide to go on early retirement. People in Ghana, every year, they are changing their date of birth. Why? Because they know that when they go home, they will die. They will die the same year because there was no plan.
Let's talk about things we need to invest in. Things that when I invest, at least I will make something out of it. Since it's your field, you will tell us.
Okay,
investment.
So the 4 things I mentioned as the things that you need to consider when investing. Let me just go by it again. I said risks, returns, time horizon, and convertibility. So if these things are clear to you, then you can invest in either money market or capital market, or even do business. So business is part of investment. So let's start with money market. Now, money market is basically an investment that maturity is within 1 year. But you can always roll it over. That's what we use in finance. It means you do it again. But normally the maturity is within 1 year. So you can do, let's say, fixed deposit. It's an investment by the banks. So they do it for you. They tell you that bring your money. Keep the money here for 30 days, 90 days. That's 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. And we'll give you this interest for leaving your money with us. It's called fixed deposit. The government also does the same thing that they call treasury bill. So government, through Bank of Ghana, will also be going to people to take their money and promise them interest. These two, we call them what? Money market investment. It's within 1 year. And you can always stop it anytime you want. So if you are someone who does not want to take high risks, and I say, so keep that. You can also do what we call capital market. A capital market is what we have the stocks, so like shares. So shares basically mean that you become a part owner of a company. So you go and buy the shares. You have a minimum shares that you can buy. Some companies 1,000, some 10,000 shares that you can buy. Maybe price can be, let's say, 1 CD, sometimes 80 pesos. You buy that quantity, you become a shareholder. If the company does well, they'll pay dividends or profit. Then you get something out of it. That's a long term. You don't buy shares with the mindset that 1 year per when you're sick. No, you get your money, but it may not be the value that you wanted. So that's shares. They have what you call bonds. Bonds can also be issued by government of Ghana or sometimes corporate institutions. So they have a company, let's say XYZ company. They want to expand, build branches, but they don't have money now. So they can go out and look for money through bonds. So if that company is credible, you can also go and buy their bonds, sometimes 3 years, 5 years, and they'll be paying you interest, sometimes 6 months, 1 year, 3 months, and all that. So that's what we call bond. Government also does the same through what they call corporate bonds. So you can also buy it from the government, let's say sometimes 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So you keep your money with them, every 6 months, they pay you. So that's also part of what you call capital market because it goes beyond 1 year. Then now there are other areas that you can also invest. So you have the cryptocurrencies that you can invest in Bitcoin. You can also invest in currencies, so dollar and all that. Then you can also do business with your money.
Let's talk about the business.
So business, what you need to understand is that the success or failure of a business sometimes is not in your hands. You need to understand that. How a business will flourish or collapse sometimes is not in your hands. Sometimes it's economic factors. I know someone who had a filling station that was doing very well, but by the mere fact that government wanted to construct a road, it affected his filling station. He lost his job. He got some money. He went and started something else, but he lost that filling station business. So sometimes it's not in your hands. But if you want to do a business, the first thing you should consider is that what do you want to solve? What do you think your business will solve? What problem will it solve? If you're able to locate a particular problem that your business will solve, trust me, you have a business on your hand. It can either be people doing it or you are the first person. If people are doing it, the question you need to ask yourself is that after studying how they do it, what can you do better than them? If they are targeting people who are, let's say, above 40 years, can you target people who are below 40 years? And if you are targeting them, what is the interest of the people who are below 40 years? That's how you look at a business. So that's what we call target market. You have seen the people that you want to look at. The first one is that you are solving a problem. Again, the issue of capital comes in. There are some businesses that you can start with something small and grow it. There are some businesses that you need a particular amount to start. So if you don't have that amount, forget, you can't start. So you need to consider yourself, are you going for a business that you can start small? For example, you want to buy a box of biscuit, 1 box today. You sell it, you get more. Tomorrow you buy 2 boxes, 3 boxes. You are doing it from your home. Your money is growing with your profits. Maybe you get to a point that you think you need to rent a store, keep that boxes in. So that business can grow. But there's some business, for example, when you go to the energy field, area, if you don't have a certain amount, you can't do it. Or let's say the pond, fish pond. I know a friend who used to do that. He told me that, Charlie, if you don't have a certain amount, you can't start. So these are things that you should consider when you want to go into that space. But whatever business you want to do, I have what I call the 3 R's. 3 R's. The first one is the right mindset. What is your mindset in business? Is it a mindset that you are bringing from the job that you were doing for someone? So in your mindset, I'm relaxed. If you bring the same mindset to your business, it will collapse the next day. Your mind should be ready that it's something that you should. You see, business is like war. You don't joke with business because that's your livelihood. If it goes down, you'll be hungry. So that is the mindset you should always go into a business with. And that will influence how you talk to your customer. That will influence the pricing. If someone is giving you money aside your business, you are comfortable. So even they don't sell, they don't buy anything, you're okay. But where you have to sell, take your money, eat, feed your family, you have to see business as a war field. So that's the right mindset. Be ready that you are going to do everything you want to do to make sure that you succeed. There will be challenges on the way. People will frustrate you, but with the right mindset, you can do that. 2 is what we call the right mentors. Every business you want to do in this world, someone has already done it, or there are people who are already doing it. There's nothing new under the sun. So how are they doing it, or how did they do it? What can you do to learn from them? You can learn from them by having interactions with them like we are doing. You can learn from them by reading about them. Videos, documentaries, just books on them. Just read. How did this person do this? This one, you are reading about them. You are learning about their mistakes. Some of these people, they talk about their mistakes that they did in the past. We call it right mentors. We are learning from them. Again, the final thing, which is the last R, that will help your business to flourish, is what we call the right team. In business, you cannot do it alone. You cannot do business alone. You can start alone, but if you want the business to grow, you have to do it for other people. So you have to build the right team. People that will come and join your business. Either they are coming full-time or they are giving you ideas. So you call them for ideas. Charlie, let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. That's the right team. And when you are building the right team, what is key for your business to flourish is communication. Don't keep all the information to yourself as a business owner. You don't share the information, no. Share the information. Let your team members get to know what is happening. Even if you are making 100% profit and you want to give them 20%, let them know it's 100%. Because the team, the business you are building together. But don't go and say that it's 30% and I'm giving you guys 20%. I'm taking 10. I hope you understand. No, don't lie to them. The day they get to find out that it's 100%, you have lost your team. Especially when they were with you from the beginning. So it's important that we look at these 3 R's. I said right mindset, right mentors, and right team. For me, if you put all of these together, then you'll be able to start a business and let it flourish. As I said, it's not going to be rosy. Don't listen to me and say that, let me go and start. It will work. There was a certain man, Comeza. He started 9 businesses. They all failed, continuous, one by one. It's not like it got one which was not working, the next one it worked, and no. Continuously, it was all failing until the 10th one it worked. You all know about the one who invented light, Edison. The same way. Try several times. So sometimes in business, you try this, it not work, you try that, it not work, but once you sit back to know and learn about what is causing the difficulty, one day you get it right. Once you get it right, make sure you hammer it for it to grow. Once it grows, build systems so that if you are not there, the business will still be flourishing. Don't make the business all about you. So manager is sick, a business is halted, we are waiting for manager. What if manager dies? A business has collapsed. So that's how you have to build a business, and that's the kind of advice I would give when it comes to business.
I'm talking about having the right mindset for the business you want to do. A lot of people go into business by hearsay. There's money here, or there's money, this business is moving, or those in abroad, most of them, they will ask, what kind of business is moving? I want to. But I think, to me, I'm asking you this. Going into a business, you need to have a passion. You need to understand it. You need to be involved. Because people invest in business whereby they are not involved. They don't even understand it. They just put money in it. And they said, Munkoye, go and do it. And then they end up.
Yeah. I mean, you just nailed it. And that's the question you ask. Those our friends outside who always ask that question. I get that question almost every now and then. I keep telling them that if you don't have someone to manage it well and you trust the person, don't commit that money. It's better for you to come and invest in some fixed deposit or treasury bond. Go and sleep. You need to understand the business you're running. You need to understand the cycle. You see, business, we have what we call cycle. If your business is something that relates, for example, water. Rainy season, people don't buy water. I hope you're aware.
Yeah.
So you should know that when it's rainy season, your cycle will be lean. When it's dry season, harmattan, people drink a lot of water. You need to understand that. So that when it gets to the lean season, that's not when you produce more. If you are producing more lean season, you are wasting your time. You see that the goods will be there, especially if they are perishable. You'll be losing money. So you need to understand the business you are running. And as I said, if you yourself, you don't understand, commit time to learn about it. Do research. In Ghana, people start business without research. With no research. I remember some years back, I and my friend, we wanted to set up a professional course program at Kaswa. We didn't do a lot of research. The only thing we said was that, hey, here, people don't have professional class here. Just that. We didn't even go to speak to people why they don't have some here. We assumed that because there's none, people will come. We started, it lasted for just 3 weeks. It collapsed.
Just 3 weeks?
3 weeks. We did banners, everything, wasted everything. Even the flyers that we put around, people were just taking the flyers, tearing them apart. We lost our money within 3 weeks. Everything is gone.
Is it that we don't, I mean, I've noticed something. Is it like we don't like to do research? We don't. We don't ask questions.
We don't. People just think that, okay, Charlie, this business idea is good. Charlie, let's go and do it. Hey, I've seen this person do it. I've seen Yakusa Mansa do it. This shop is good. Let me also go and do it. Do you know why they started it? Do you know why they are getting the people? What can you do to, you see, in business, it's a cake. We are all after the same cake. You are taking some, I'm taking some. It will surprise you that someone has about 80% of the cake and you want to go and take about 5%. How do you penetrate and get into the guy's 80%? If you don't do research, you wouldn't know. So in Ghana, there are certain businesses that have been enjoying monopoly over the years. Others are not able to penetrate because people have not been able to spot out why they are enjoying the market share. And the only way you'll be able to spot it out is what? Market research. When we had these foreign banks coming to Ghana, when they came, all the local banks were in charge of the customer base. But ask yourself today, when you pick about the top 10 banks in Ghana, you have foreign banks about almost 7 or 8. What did they do? They surveyed and understood our market. They looked at the banks that were having the customers. And they said that, what can we do to get the customers from them? We are not going to be ambitious and say we are taking all of them in 1 year. No. Well, let's put a strategy to get some year 1. We get, let's say, 1%, year 2, 5%, year 3. With time, they have overtaken those banks, and now Ghanaian banks are rather looking up to the foreign banks for that direction. So that's business. If you don't understand your market space, you can go to, let's say, Mokola. You see a chain of women selling tomatoes, continuous. But ask yourself, why is it that even though there are many, they are still there? There's a strategy that they have all put in place. And the strategy that they use over there is that, let's help each other. So today, if you sell well, let's start to know your day was good. Tomorrow, when they come, also push some to us. You go and buy a shoe at Cantamanto. If you go to the shop and you describe the shoe, they don't have it. They don't tell you go. What do? They tell you sit down. They'll go and look for it and go and bring it to you. The place that they picked it from, do you know what they are doing to that person? They are building trust. Next time, you also go there and you don't have it, they will come and look for it from you. That's how you do business. You have to form alliances. But to form alliances, you need to understand the market. If you don't understand the market, you don't understand even the psychology of your customers. There's some customers, for example, rich customers, when they come to your bank, let me use bank as an example, they don't expect to join a queue. So if you're a bank manager and you say, join a queue, you talk to him in a while. For all you know, the deposit he's having is about 80% of your total deposit at the branch level. So if you don't talk to him well and he goes,
you withdraw his money.
Exactly. But that person, if you're able to massage him, Charlie boss, Charlie,
they'll give you some cappuccino and
go with the but exactly. They are doing that because they know they want to cherish you for you to bring more business. But in business, customer service, for example, today, someone set up a wache joint. First day, second day, 1 week, people are coming small. They are nice, they smile. Now when the place becomes flooded, that's where you see their actual character. Because they think that people are coming. They will talk to you anyhow. They won't open up. They won't smile because they've seen cars parking. So that's the kind of feeling that goes with business growing. By the time I realized, Charlie, you can say, one person has said that too. There's someone behind Charlie. I said, okay, and the crowd, new John be behind. By the time I realized, that place has become what? White elephant, a ghost house.
So we don't know customer service.
We don't know customer service in Ghana. We think that sometimes we are rather doing the person a favor. But it's not like that. We are in because of that person. When the person says something, you pick it as a feedback and work on it. Of course, you won't get customers, all customers to be understanding. There are customers that are naturally difficult because that's their nature. For example, if the person has stayed outside Ghana for a very long time, you expect that when it comes to Ghana, certain things should be done this way. It's not happening. That person will be frustrated. You need to understand why they are doing that. The more you understand them, it will surprise you that sometimes those people become even your best customers. They will come and do everything, but they know you and you will not get angry. One day they tell you, boss, Charlie, we are different. It means at that point, you have understood the customer. So that is what will help your business to grow. Most of the things that we do in business, everybody can copy it. If the price is 10 cedis, I can decide to sell 10 cedis, the same price. If your color is white, I can do white color. It's the same. What will make me do white color, you do white color, but I'll get the sales is how I treat my customer. If you don't treat the customer, for the customer to show, Charlie, I went to this shop and I left and I want to go again, you have lost your business. That's why when you go to the banks, you see those sitting in front, nice ladies, they are all smiling. Why? Because guys like ladies who are smiling. So if the lady is not smiling, you take the person back. It brightens the place. It's customer service. Once you enter the place looks nice. Those who are naturally not smiling, you take them to the back. It's part of customer service. If you don't understand these things and you assume that, it should work, it will not work.
Wow. Today there is Curtain Razor, so first time having him on my show. But before I leave you, I want you to give us some apocrypha. Maybe I want to go into business. What kind of business is moving now in Ghana? Since it's your field, somebody wants to invest, what kind of business? Let's not talk about the banks. Let's talk about the real business on the field.
I always try not to mention specific businesses.
Somebody will say water. I'm giving you an example. Go into water, go into poultry, go into livestock.
It's good you are mentioning them. It's good you are mentioning them.
They say it.
You know the reason why I don't like to mention specific businesses. I'll mention some, but the reason I don't like to mention is that what I'll mention here may be applicable in Accra, may not be applicable in the northern region.
Okay, so let's talk about Accra. Since we are in Accra, for those who are in the northern region, maybe we can't mention the whole regions. But
okay.
Accra stay by plan.
So the business that you can easily do and make your quick gains are things that relate to things that people use every day on their bodies. So like, let's say toiletries, let's say pampers, let's say perfume. These are things that people use every day. So you can go into that. Another thing people use every day is foodstuffs. These are things that people use every day. Another thing you can go in is dresses. Unfortunately for dresses, you have many people selling it. So now what people are using to get market is the online presence. So if you want to go into dresses, then you have to market and use a strategy that will work for you. In certain parts of the country, the same dress you want to sell will not be appreciated over there. You may have to locate to a different place. So dresses is part of it. Again, if you are in Accra, there are certain farming businesses that are good in certain areas because the land is good for those kind of items. So if your area is just good for the growing of tomatoes, you can get more. You can do it there. But when you are doing it, ask yourself, how do you transport it? Again, if you are, let's say, a graphic designer, or you can learn graphic designing, you can easily go and learn it, make money. People are making money from their homes. I was arguing with someone on TikTok some time ago, and I was telling him that people are now doing graphic designing, excellent one with their phones. He didn't believe it. He was arguing. You don't need to get a laptop to be able to do some of these things. Market yourself. Do for people for free. That's what people don't know how to do. If people have not seen you doing that thing before, how would they know you? Do it for free.
You don't want to give it out. No. You don't want to do free things.
Do it. Let them see it. The more they see, the more they see value. So you can also do that. Another thing that is selling is liquid soap. People are doing it and they are making it. Do it. Take it to your community, your church. Get space. Market it. When you check the items or quantity that goes or money that goes into the production of liquid soap and the returns, it's sometimes almost like 100%. You can easily do that. So when you hear that people are teaching people trade, No matter who you are, whether you're a bank manager or go and learn that trade. Start small. In addition to your work, with time it will grow. Once it grows, you can decide to go full time and make it big. So these are little businesses, but the key thing, which is important, is not about what I'm saying. What's important is that in your locality where you stay, what is the problem there? What has people been complaining about?
So look for the problem.
Exactly. What are they complaining about in your area? What thing that you hear people say, the more they say that, they are giving you an indication. So you can also focus on that. That's the key thing. Once you're able to locate it, if it's liquid soap, you do it. If it's farming, you do it. If it's clothing, you do it. If it's toiletries, you do it. Because that is the problem you have located.
So you need to do a survey before you start. In
Exactly,
your area.
exactly.
You heard what he said. You need to survey, ask people
Exactly.
around before you. Let's talk about employment before I leave you. Graduates, year school, no work, holding files, certificate, writing CVs, and all that, sending CVs around. They still complain no job.
Yes.
But do you believe there is no job, or we are just picky?
Okay, so it's not a yes or no question, because there are people who are genuinely seeking for opportunity. They are not getting. But sometimes those who are genuinely seeking for the opportunity are also not ready to do what they see as a job below them.
That is the problem. So we are picky.
It's not.
I will not do this kind of job. I will not do.
There are people who are actually looking for any kind of job they are not getting. So those ones are there. Then there are people who are looking for some kind of job that goes with their degree or their masters. They are also not getting. And there are people that are also not ready to start something with their hands, whether they are small or big. They are not ready to start them. We think that we live in a perfect world. We are not living in a perfect world. Even outside, there's unemployment there. So even if America there's unemployment, you know that Ghana will be worse. So if it's worse, 100,000 people are coming from the university every year, and you are one of them. Ask yourself, what can you do different? It's not about the CV. Yes, if you get a job in the formal sector, that's okay, that's perfect. But if you're not getting it, the school around you that you can go and teach for free to keep yourself busy, why are you not doing it? If the school owner sees a university graduate who didn't get job opportunity there by saying that I want to come and teach for free, you do it for 1 month, 2 months, don't you think the person will start giving you something?
Sure.
That's a starting point. Starting point. So if you are not ready to do this kind of little things, for example, someone has a car in a church, he wants a driver. You are not working. A graduate, you're sitting at home, you can drive. What prevents you from going to take that car from that man to do taxi business or Uber or something? If you do, what will change about you? I have friends who are bankers who close from work and they pick their cars and do Uber before they get home. What's the difference? There's nothing wrong with that. So until people understand that sometimes you need to start for certain things to come to pass before what you are expecting will come, that's the challenges we face. It doesn't mean that I don't sympathize with the youth. I sympathize with people who have completed school, they are not getting jobs. I mean, it's bad. But whilst you are waiting and we are still praying, what can you do now? What little thing can you do? Even if it's 500 cities, what can you do? That 500 cities will keep you busy, give you experience, expose you. Again, one thing that young people don't want to do is volunteerism, as I said. Volunteer your effort, your skill to help a business in the locality. You don't need to travel. People can even invest while they are in school by saving something small, so that when they complete school, they use that money that they've saved to go and be doing volunteering work at CNT. Just go and learn the trade. I know people who have entered jobs who are MDs now, but they entered as volunteers. They just went there, any job.
They put their certificate and everything aside.
Because we are in hard times. If you are in hard times, you take hard decisions. That's not the time for you to wear your suit and be going for CV and interviews and you are not being called and you are crying. No. It's frustrating. But in the process, what can you do to make yourself better? So for me, that's what I would say.
Like I said, today is the first time bringing Patrick on the show. So it's just a curtain raiser. Patrick will be bringing you.
No problem.
Be like you're here, man. You don't shut that fast. So
No
next time I'll bring him again and we'll treat topics. But Patrick, before I leave your last message and social media handles, you're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and all that. What's your
Okay,
handle?
so I have a lot of videos just like this on my YouTube channel. The channel is Patrick TV GH. Patrick TV GH. So viewers who are also watching and subscribing, you can also subscribe to that channel. I do a lot of videos. I have more than 50 videos there on various topics. If you follow me on social media, then it has to be Patrick TV GH, the same Patrick TV GH on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, or search with Patrick Bankwa. Patrick Bankwa. You can also see me on these platforms, or the Savings Tutor. The savings Tutor.
Next time we are going to talk about savings. You bring all the skills. He will tell you everything here on SBTV Africa. Patrick, thank you so much for passing through. You have any last message?
I think that as the year is coming to an end, people should just plan for this Christmas. Don't enjoy in December and cry in January. There's no point in that.
Prepare. Don't overspend.
At all. Because if you are married, for example, and you have kids, don't forget that January, there's some fees there.
School fees, yeah.
And if you don't take care, master, they will sack your children. And I imagine a father working and the children at home. So plan well. Prepare your steps from now to, if possible, you have money now. Certain things, you should start buying them now. Don't wait till December, because even next month, some of the price will go up again. We are hearing that very soon, fuel price will go up again. It will affect everything. So if you have money, buy them now. And I believe that...
what are you telling the youth with those buying the expensive gadgets and they are not using it well? Online, people are monetizing their stuff. People are doing things. But you see these people buying iPhone Pro Max, 14 Pro Max. They want especially the ladies. They are not just with TikTok taking pictures and all that, and then
if you are buying expensive gadgets, and research has shown that most of us we use about just 30% of the features of a phone, then you are wasting the phone. It's not about pictures. You can have 100,000 followers on social media, but you'll be hungry. So that's not the point. It's creating value. If you want to use the phone for value creation, I'm all for it. So make content with your phone on all these platforms. Make yourself marketable. Let businesses see that you are doing something. You want to partner you, pay you some money. That's okay. But if it's just about having fun, smiling, and then you are wasting your time. So that's where the challenge is. So it's nothing wrong buying an expensive phone, but if you are just going to use about 30% of the value of that phone every year, come on, then you just wasted your money. That you could have used for something else. Some of the phone prices, Charlie, you can buy a land.
9,000, 8,000, 7,000.
You can buy 6, a land. And even do fence wall.
Anyway, Charlie, we thank Patrick for passing through SBTV Africa. My name is DJ Nyame. I will thank my production team, DJ Click. Sharon and Tina, I'll be bringing him more.
Running errands in Ghana? Don't worry anymore. Sumafo is a mobile app that enables you to run errands in Ghana in a safe, affordable, and fast way. Our services are caring and assistance services. We'll visit your elderly relatives and connect them to needed health care. Errand services will buy and send groceries, birthday cakes, supplies to homes, offices, and schools. Confirmation services will provide third-party confirmation video for contractors' work, and personal representation services will represent you at functions such as funerals and marriages. Download the Sumafo app on Google and iOS stores and enjoy the convenience of running errands in Ghana at your fingertips. Sumafo, send your love home.
Welcome to Second Generation IT Group. Hello, my name is Ferdinand Asamoah, Director of Second Generation IT Group. We've been in business for the past 5 years, and we have a lot of clients who have come through the school and they're doing pretty well. We offer 18 weeks of cyber course, which runs for every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And people ask, why Second Generation IT Group? Yeah, we offer different courses in cyber. Cyber is kind of big, so we offer risk management, we offer FISCOM, we offer cloud computing, we offer pen testing, and we also offer Splunk. Courses are offered virtually. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can just join the course without any. It's very convenient for everybody. You can reach us on our social media. You can reach us on Facebook, you can reach us on Instagram, and you can also reach us on our website, which is secondgenerationitgroup.llc.com, the company that provides beyond excellence.